just want to tell me what you ate for breakfast, I can hear you so long as you raise your hand, and my friend over there with the microphone will bring it to you so that you can ask me any questions, all right? So don't mind me, I'm just going to go about my business, but if you have any questions, just raise your hand.
Looks like we've already got a question.
Oh, wonderful. Go for it.
Here we go. Go ahead and talk to Willow.
What is your question, Mars?
Why can't they do with an astronaut?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, bud?
What was your question?
What do I do as an astronaut?
Why are you an astronaut?
Why am I an astronaut? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, we're up here on Mars, mostly doing research. We want to learn as much as we can about this planet so that we can know more about our own planet. So we're up here studying how we can best live up here, because eventually I think that we want to have a Mars colony up here for people to live on if they want. But also we're just trying to figure out a little bit about the history of Mars, because Mars is very similar to Earth in a lot of ways, and we believe that it used to be even more similar to Earth than it is right now. So that's part of the reason why our mission is here. But I became an astronaut because I love adventure, and I love learning and exploring and science, and I thought it would be really cool. It was always kind of a dream of mine when I was a kid.
Did it live up to your expectations?
So far so good, but I'm only on Sol number 23, day 23 up here on Mars. So it's a 2-year mission up here on Mars. So when it's all said and done, I'll have been in space for 2 years, so we'll see how I feel at the end of it. But so far so good. I've been enjoying myself.
Sounds like a long time. I think I've got another question here for you.
Yeah.
Curious fruit, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Have scientists seen signs of aliens?
Well, there's actually 2 aliens right now on Mars, if you can look around and find any of them. Anybody know or see any aliens on Mars right now? Anybody see any? I'll give you a hint. I'm one of them. And the other one is right over there. It's that little green plant. So we're not alien to Earth, right? Because humans and plants live on Earth. But I am alien to Mars because I'm not from here. We haven't found any other sources of life out here on Mars, but we did bring some life here, right? Because I'm alive and I'm on Mars, so I'm technically not a Martian. I'm an alien on Mars. And same goes for this plant right here. That plant is a tomato plant, and we happen to name her. We call her Tallulah. So this is Tallulah. She's our tomato plant, and she is one of our many experiments that we're doing up here. So this tomato plant is grown in a mixture of dirt from Mars and dirt that we brought up here from Earth. So we're trying to figure out how we can grow fresh food on Mars that we can eat up here so that we don't have to send all of our food from Earth. And that plant is extra special because unlike on Earth, we can eat the leaves and the stem and the tomato from that plant because we don't want to waste anything up here. So that's one experiment. We eventually want to have a full greenhouse up here on Mars for all kinds of fresh food to eat.
What's the clear ball?
I just,
everyone hear the microphone
That's
I
what
was
my helmet
talking
is
to
doing
the
for me, is
astronaut.
what that little spherical ball that Tallulah is in. So that's giving her the kind of air that she needs, and it's protecting her from things like solar radiation, and it allows for her to live on Mars, just like this spacesuit is allowing me to live on Mars and be outside right now.
I think we have another question here for you.
Yeah.
what's that computer on your desk for?
Oh, well, I'll show it to you in a moment. That is our DCD. That stands for Data Collection Device. And we use that for a lot of different things. So I'm going to use it for my errand right now, which is testing the opacity in the air, how much dust is in the air. And part of the reason why we need to test that is because sometimes there's even more dust in the air than we think there is. So this computer system does a lot of things. It helps me tell temperature, it helps me communicate with some of our other robots that we have out here, and a rover, and our weather station. So, does anybody know what these things are over here? Anybody know? Yeah, how about you?
Solar panels.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we have lots of solar panels up here on Mars, and that's where we get a lot of our energy and electricity from. But because Mars is so dusty, we have to clean them off a lot. We have to clean them off usually twice a day, just because there's so much dirt and dust, and we need to get as much energy from the sun as possible. So right now, I'm going to run a few tests just to see how dirty they are and how much dust is actually in the air right now.